Squad? Y'all know what it is, man. Going live right now. I'm about to set up this Instagram so we could be 100% on and going. You dig what I'm saying? Once that gets set up, we set up. About to bring the intro in and get this party started. You dig what I'm saying? Good morning, squad. MizzyWorld Entertainment is back to present another episode, a new episode of MadMizzy Sports in the AM. And MadMizzy is back to host the new episode. And we started off where we should start it off, and that's Thursday Night Football, recapping an amazing Thursday Night Football game. Once again, the divisional matchups been superb, coming through A1. And I didn't come through yesterday and give y'all my actual predictions. I've been having my little personal debates or my personal bets with my coworker at work. He been always taking the underdog, but this time around, I'm like, nah, give me the Bengals. I don't know why. I just felt like they've been playing better every week ever since they lost Joe Burrow outside of that first week getting smacked by the Vikings. And I took them that week. I thought that they would come out and play well against the Vikings that week. But ever since then they've been gradually getting better. Then they got Joe Flacco, played the what was that, the Packers? They played well, or was it the I think it was it was the Packers last week that they played well. They covered the spread. I had the Packers guaranteeing that victory, covering the spread and everything. And they came out there, they played well. I'm like, oh, they giving Joe Flacco a little bit more time. And you add in Mike Tomlin throwing a little salt in the wound, talking about some Eric Berry might have this, that, and the third, talking about the trade between the Browns and the Bengals. So I just felt like it was a lot more motivation on the side of the Cincinnati Bengals, and that the Pittsburgh Steelers was riding a fake high. Like, yeah, they were 4-1. Yeah, they were looking good and okay, but I didn't think it was what a lot of people were trying to paint it to be. You get what I'm saying? I didn't think that they were top contenders in the AFC. So to me, I was coming in and I was expecting the Bengals to come in and at least cover the spread. So when they was up, so when they was up what they was up one, they was up one. I'm like, I'm good regardless, because it was two minutes left, this, that, and the third. But I felt like the Bengals was just gonna come out there, had that motivation to win some games. And it proved to me that Joe Burrow works with the best weapons in the NFL, bro. You get what I'm like? Jamar Chase is so good, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people realize that the more you try to put Joe Burrow on a pedestal for whatever reason, because you probably want to diminish Lamar Jackson out of all things, is the more you're discrediting what Jamar Chase does on the field. I ain't even gonna bring up T. Higgins. Both these dudes won a national championship. Both these dudes was number one well, not number one overall, but first round picks in the draft they came out of for a reason. Every time you see them play, you like, how does anybody defend these guys? You get what I'm saying? So, man, it was great to actually see them get the ball back in their hands, because Jake Browning damn sure wasn't doing that through the first few weeks. So it was good to see Jamar Chase go out there and do his thing. 16 catches, 161 receiving yards, one touchdown. I'm gonna tell you this, in my opinion, I think he's the best in the game because of his run after the catch. I love Justin Jefferson, and I know people gonna go out there the route running and the whoop whoop whoop. I like what you do when you get the ball in your hands, because that's when football really begins. You know what I'm saying? The route running and all that, that's like basketball to me, bro. It's like ballet to me. It's like tennis to me. Yeah, it's cool footwork and this, that, and the third. But what really separates the players in football is your heart. You know what I'm saying? Can you lay that wood? Can you take a hit? You know what I'm saying? Can you boop bop? Can you get up out of there? Or is you Reggie Wayne? Is you just getting open, catching the ball, and you getting down? And that's not no knock against Reggie Wayne. That was one of my favorite receivers growing up. But that wasn't me when I step on the field. I'm catching the ball. I'm trying to score. I'm trying to boogie. I'm Jerry Rice. I'm T.O. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get busy. I'm Jamar. What boop bop? Give me the ball. I'm trying to get busy. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make highlights. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just good to see Jamar Chase doing his thing, seeing T. Higgins doing their thing. They looked happy that they able to just get the ball back. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Joe Flacco, for he's the perfect backup quarterback right now. You shouldn't bring him in to be your starter, but if your starter go down, he can hold the shit for a while. He can hold the shit for a while. So it was good to see that, man. And shout out to the Bengals because they are a good franchise. The they might be the frugalest, cheapest franchise in sports, but them motherfuckers know how to evaluate talent. They just don't, for some reason, like keeping that talent. They be like, all right, bro, bye. After that rookie contract, deuces, bro. All right, we'll holler at you. Damn, bro, I was an all pro. The half the years on my rookie contract. Y'all ain't going. That's besides the point. You feel what I'm saying? But shout out to the Bengals. Good win. Finally got me on the winning side against my coworker. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to pull into work real soon. And yeah. It's 1-4 now, sucker. You know what I'm saying? He got like 4 games on me. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta win. I gotta win. You know what I mean? Let's get over to some more news because I'm be having these debates with everybody, and I just be seeing a bunch of platforms trying to use Shador Sanders to push a narrative to help build their following, bro. And the reality of the Shador Sanders situation is he asked for it. He asked to go to Cleveland. Like I seen a social media outlet post something about the Cleveland Browns drafting Baker Mayfield, letting him go, then going out signing Deshaun Watson, then coming back and drafting Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders. And it's like, Shador knew all that up until the point he literally got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, bro. Did he not know that they drafted Baker Mayfield? Did he not know that Baker Mayfield led them to the playoffs? Did he not know that Baker Mayfield won them a playoff game? Did he not know that the Cleveland Browns gave up on that man after a year and a half? Did Shador Sanders not know that thing? Did Shador Sanders not know that the Cleveland Browns have a terrible quarterback history? Did he not know that? Or do y'all just not watch football? Are y'all trying to use Shador Sanders to push this race narrative that's just non-existent? Because if you can ball, they gonna put you on the field, baby. They gonna put you on the field, my boy. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care what you say. If you can hoop, they gonna put you on the field, dog. And the simple fact of the matter is, the Cleveland Browns, uh, Eric Berry, and Kevin Stefanski thought higher of Dylan Gabriel than they thought of Shador Sanders. That's not to say that they're right. You know what I'm saying? Experts in the NFL always wrong, but it doesn't also mean it was a racial thing or a shot to one of the most lucrative players the NFL has ever had. That's like if Bo Jackson had his son come out, they gonna try to make it hard as hell for him to get to the NFL? What? No, if he out there nice, he gonna do his thing. But guess what? Walter Payton's son ain't just get a gift wrap spot in the NFL. You know why? Because he wasn't his pot. He wasn't his pot. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Wasn't Jerry Rice's son just on USC roster last year, if I'm not mistaken? Is he on the NFL roster? And he actually plays the position that his dad played. I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. Because y'all don't watch the actual games, because y'all want to push narratives, because y'all rather just listen to a individual and their personal feelings instead of going off of the facts. You get what I'm saying? The facts are Shador did ask to go to Cleveland. The facts are Shador should have known Cleveland is the place quarterbacks go to fucking die. And you signed up to be the fourth string willingly when you could have easily got drafted by the Baltimore Ravens and been the backup to Lamar Jackson. You kidding me? But I'm going to keep reminding y'all, man. I'm going to keep reminding y'all and bringing y'all back to reality. Because just like y'all wanted to say, oh, he left and turned his back on Jackson State and this, that, and the third about Prime and Shador, I had to come out and tell y'all, no. They came and did what they were supposed to do. Period. It's y'all the ones that don't know what's going on in this world that we living in. Y'all on the outside giving an opinion on the world that we live in. It's like these podcasters, and it's like DJ Academics giving his opinion on the streets. You don't know. You not in it. You know what I'm saying? That's like me giving my opinion on some beef that's going on in Philly. I don't know. I'm not in it. I don't know what motherfuckers is getting into. But when it comes to this football shit, when it comes to this sports shit, I'm highly dedicated and I'm highly invested in it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still rooting for Shador Sanders. I wish him the best, but he does have to mature. And I don't think that maturity will ever come if the community doesn't ever hold him accountable to growing into that maturity. And it's just as simple as it gets, bro. Miming at a press conference and you trying to be the starting quarterback? And then y'all pushing him to go and play for this garbage team who the best weapon that they have is Jerry Judy who can't catch a cold. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people out here pushing the super narrative, but the reality is Shador put himself in this situation. The reality is he has to grow and he has to get better. And he chose to go to a team in an organization where quarterbacks have never flourished and prospered over an organization where multiple quarterbacks have flourished and prospered. So it's sad, man. But a lot of y'all or a lot of people go off of just what they like. You feel what I'm saying? Or whatever the narrative is. You get what I'm saying? So I get that people want to try to paint this as something bigger than what it is, but the simple fact of it is Shador put himself in this situation and he clearly wasn't prepared to compete for this job because none of us know, even the biggest Shador haters, you know what I'm saying? Nick Wright did not think that Dylan Gabriel was going to outplay or beat out Shador Sanders in a quarterback competition. And he did. And he did. So good luck to Shador. But we got to stop trying to move the goalposts because we don't want to hold people accountable. We got to hold Prime accountable too. What, they 3-5? You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, shout out to that win against the Iowa State Cyclones, but we thought y'all was turning Colorado around. That should be a norm if Colorado is turned around. You get what I'm saying? So it's accountability, bro. It's about the performance. You know what I'm saying? It's about the results. You can everybody I respect everybody's opinion, but we're not going to ignore the results over your opinion or your feelings. That's the whole point of sports is results over feelings. You feel some type of way, hit the fucking gym. You know what I'm saying? Hit the bricks. You know what I'm saying? Hit the lab, bro. You feel some type of you and your feelings because somebody keep busting your ass, hit the lab. Hit the lab. You know what I'm saying? So good luck to Shador, but he put himself in this situation. Ironically, for somebody that's been around football his whole life, I don't see why he was so eager to go to Cleveland. It's almost like he was begging for it. I don't know. Let's get over though to recap Monday Night Football. I went 1-1, got back on the winning side of prime time, got me back to what I think I'm at 8-6 now, 9-6. I think I'm at 9-6 now. I'm going 1-1 on Monday Night Football. Let me start off with the Bears surprising the Commanders. I knew that game was going to be a game that was decided by the turnovers. With it being such a rainy, misty night, I'm in Philadelphia. We in the Northeast. We always share the same weather. If it's raining in New York, 9 times out of 10, the shit coming down to Philly, going down to DC, everywhere else. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's going to be a messy night, but I felt like it was going to affect the Bears more than it was the Commanders. You get what I'm saying? Like I know Jaden played in Arizona. It rained a lot in Arizona. He went to LSU. You get what I'm saying? He just played. He was in Washington last year. You get what I'm saying? So I wasn't expecting Jaden Daniels to be the one to throw an interception, have an unforced fumble, unforced turnover ball, just slip out his hand in critical situation. And then you had Jaquiski Merritt who just fumbled the ball. You get what I'm saying? So those turnovers were definitely the deciding factor in the game where the Bears won on a game-winning field goal. You get what I'm saying? Commanders should have easily won that game and easily covered that spread, but that's the beautiful thing about sports and football is that the weather can have an effect on the game, and it did have an effect on that game, a major effect, in the opposite way that I thought, because I thought it was going to be Caleb fumbling the ball or turning the ball over. You had DeAndre Swift, shout out to DeAndre from the city, from the 215, graduate of, I believe, St. Joe's Prep. Yeah, so shout out to DeAndre having a huge game out there, man, and Caleb Williams for taking care of the ball, man. Bears looking like they as long as they stay on script and don't turn the ball over, they probably gonna be in most games because that defense is definitely turnover prone. They head hunting out there. They a bunch of wolves. They some lions in the water that smell blood. They smell blood in the water down there in Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to that Chicago defense and shout out to Caleb for taking care of the ball. But my big thing for Monday Night Football is what's going on with the Buffalo Bills, baby. You feel what I'm saying? And then you couple that in with the Kansas City Chiefs bouncing back against the Lions on Sunday night. Damn, bro, is we back? Is it motherfucking uh is it what's the word I'm looking for? Deja vu all over again. You got the motherfucking Kansas City Chiefs creeping back up to the top of the AFC. Damn. With Rasheed Rice coming back. Damn. Xavier Worthy balling. What the fuck? Hollywood Brown looking like he back in Baltimore. Where the hell was this at? In Arizona, Hollywood? It's crazy, man. I love to see it though. It's the parody and it shows why these jobs aren't for everybody and why they're so rare. You get what I'm saying? Because for teams to figure out, or the Falcons and the Chiefs to figure out of nowhere how to now contain Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen because the weapons may not be that explosive is astonishing to me because these dudes just the beginning of the season, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson looked like it was like, bro, how could you eat? How could you even think or fathom slowing one of these guys down, bro? And to come back and you had Steve Spagnuolo did what he did to Lamar Jackson, slowing down that offense because they was like, all right, we're gonna put the pressure on your weapons, getting off the line early and fast, and then the Falcons to come back and use that basically the same blueprint against the Buffalo Bills. And I'm a huge Keon Coleman fan when he was coming out of FSU, but he was strapped. What they do? Locked down. You know what I'm saying? Buckled in, strapped the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? So it was shocking, and it just shows how beautiful the game of football is, man. Because it's 11 players on offense for a reason. It's 11 players on defense for a reason. It's special teams for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? And that showing from that young core of weapons from the Atlanta Falcons, from Michael Penix Jr. to Drake London to Bijan Robinson was astonishing, man. The Dirty Birds, they should have brought the motherfucking the Dirty Bird back. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was great to see, man, and it just shows why the NFL is the best sport in North America. Like you don't get this parity in basketball. You don't get this parity in baseball because the games don't matter as much in the regular season. You get what I'm saying? You might get this parity in the playoffs, but you don't get this fight during the regular season and then get an even better fight once the playoffs come. You don't typically get that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the scarcity of the NFL that makes it so special, man. And these primetime games, man, these underdogs, listen, you know what I'm saying? Especially Thursday. You think about what we had. My Niners beat the Rams with Mac Jones beating fucking Matt Stafford on Thursday. You had Joe Flacco Thursday. You had the Dolphins after they got beat on the first 2 weeks covered. They didn't win though. They didn't win, but they covered on Thursday. These Thursdays, man, the underdogs. Watch out for them on Thursday. I don't know about the other primetime games. Yeah, maybe the other primetime games too, but yeah, man. Monday night was a good one. Let's get into college football before I send y'all on your way and I get ready for work and get the fuck up out of here on Friday. You dig what I'm saying? But we got some huge matchups in college football. Utah at BYU, Tennessee at Bama, USC at Notre Dame, the classic rivalry. And then we got Ole Miss at Georgia, man. I'm starting off with Utah at BYU. In this game, I'm gonna probably I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go with BYU. I'm gonna go with Brigham Young. I think Utah will definitely make it a good game. I don't know what the spread is right now. I kind of stay away from college games because you just never know. You just never know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like betting on 18-year-old kids. You feel what I'm saying? I might bet personally, you know what I'm saying? But as far as getting on the betting apps and all that, I don't really do all that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go with BYU. I'm going to go with Brigham Young over Utah on that one. Tennessee, well, no, let me do USC at Notre Dame because the two SEC games is the highest ranked matchups for this weekend. But we got USC at Notre Dame. USC coming off a huge win against my Michigan Wolverines. Notre Dame right there in the fight to stay in the playoff hunt as well as USC. But I'm gonna go with Notre Dame, man. You think about their first loss of the year was against I believe LSU. First two losses was to LSU and not sure what the other team was. Might have been Georgia. No, I don't think it was Georgia. But I know they lost to LSU and they lost to another team. But overall, it was by 7 points in those two games. So I'm gonna go with Notre Dame over USC. And I think USC gonna be riding too much of a high. Like my Wolverines, I don't know what happened, but the game plan wasn't right in motherfucking Southern California last Saturday. You feel what I'm saying? I think Notre Dame, I think Marcus Freeman will have his boys a lot more prepared than Sharon Moore had my Michigan Wolverines. That's just what I believe. And the Bull lineup is immaculate. So I'm not betting against nobody that come in with a lineup like Marcus Freeman. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother, man. That Bull, he got Notre Dame looking cool again. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Notre Dame. I like the unis and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to start off with the Tennessee at Bama game. This is a huge rivalry finally coming back to the forefront with Tennessee getting back into national prominence over the past few years. I'm going to go with Bama, though, man. Bama, since losing to Florida State, Ty Simpson been balling, bro. He been hooping, and ever since they put, what's the head coach name? Ever since they basically said he was fired, my man been on a fucking killing streak, and he going to keep it going at home against Tennessee. I would take them to cover the spread as well. Bama is a good team to take ever since they lost against FSU. That must have been like a wake up call for his name is right there on the tip of my tongue, but I don't want to butcher it or say the wrong name. You get what I'm saying? But give me Bama in that huge matchup down there in Alabama and Mobile. And then Ole Miss traveling over to Georgia in the top 10 matchup of number 5 Ole Miss facing number 9 Georgia. And this one, I'm gonna go with the away team. I'm gonna go with Ole Miss because I went with Ole Miss when they faced LSU because I'm thinking this Ole Miss of the past. They lose the big games. They lose to the top dogs when it comes to the SEC. Ole Miss always been good. Ever since I've been growing up, I remember that powder blue and that red. But they would always lose to Bama. They would always lose to Georgia. They would always lose to LSU. They would always lose to Florida. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's different this year. I think it's very, very different this year. I think Lane Kiffin has this team rolling, and I think they learned a lot from their mistakes last year. Because I think last year's team might have been a little bit better than even this year's team. You get what I'm saying? But this year's team is just more experienced, and they're not gonna make the same mistakes. So give me Ole Miss in Georgia to upset Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs. You dig what I'm saying? And before I get up out of here, of course y'all know I got to give my prediction on Washington at Michigan. Man, we better win this game, but my official prediction, they got us favored by, I think, 4.5 points. It's a lot of points, man. Especially against a Washington team that, if we don't get our defense together, they can put up some points against us. I'm a little shaky, man. You feel what I'm saying? Wink, you gotta wake the fuck up, bro. When the offense goes spread, take them big ass linebackers off the field, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, man, I'm gonna go with Michigan because I'm a Michigan man and I ain't got nowhere else to turn. You feel what I'm saying? We better win this game. That's my analysis. We better win. You feel what I'm saying? Enjoy y'all Friday, Football Friday, Philly Friday, Mad Mizzy Sports, and AM Friday, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will be back Sunday with Sunday mornings with Mizzy to break down my predictions from Saturday and to get us ready for Sunday. You dig what I'm saying? Mad Mizzy Sports, Mizzy World Entertainment. Y'all have a great day and have a great weekend. Have a safe weekend. See y'all Sunday. Squad.